Welcome back, dreamers. Let's slow down together. Elena couldn't help smiling as she walked up the steps to her apartment building. The evening air was cool, touched with the faint scent of rain that hadn't quite arrived. Her shoulders felt lighter than they had in weeks. Not because the day had been easy, but because it had gone well. The project she'd been working on for months had finally launched, and it had landed beautifully. Her team had celebrated with pastries in the office kitchen. Her manager had congratulated her, and even the usually stoic finance director had cracked a grin. The whole day had felt like a slow, steady sunrise after a long night. Inside her apartment, the door closed behind her with a soft, familiar click. The lamps brightened just a touch, as though they'd been waiting to hear how it all went. She dropped her bag on the console table and let out a breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding in. The kind of breath that comes only after something important has finally settled into place. Her apartment seemed to sense it. The air felt warmer. The quiet felt friendlier. She walked into the kitchen, still buoyed by the glow of the day, and filled the kettle. The metal warmed under her hand, almost encouragingly. She laughed softly at that. Her home always had a way of responding to her mood, but tonight it felt especially attuned. She moved her hand away from the kettle and leaned against the counter and replayed the moment the project went live. The dashboard lighting up, the first positive feedback message, the tiny ripple of applause from her team. It wasn't dramatic, but it was real. It was earned. It was hers. The kettle clicked off, and she made herself a cup of familiar chamomile tea, her evening ritual. She carried it into the living room, where the curtains swayed gently, even though the windows were closed. A soft, slow rhythm, like the room was nodding along with her happiness. Elena curled up on the sofa for a moment, tucking her legs beneath her. The cushions shifted subtly, molding to her shape. The blanket draped over the armrest slid just a little closer, as if offering itself. She took a sip of tea settling into evening. Elena let her head rest back, letting her body relax in stages. Shoulders first, then her jaw, then the space behind her eyes. The kind of relaxation that comes not from exhaustion, but from satisfaction. She stood gathering the blankets around her shoulders and carried her tea towards the bedroom. The apartment seemed to approve. The hallway lights softened as she passed, and the air grew warmer, like a quiet embrace, guiding her deeper into the evening. In her bedroom, the lamps glowed with a soft amber light. The bed looked especially inviting. The duvet slightly rumpled, the pillows plump and waiting. She set her tea on the bedside table and changed into her pajamas. The soft cotton with loose sleeves and the faint lavender scent from the drawer sachet. The fabric brushed warmly against her skin, grounding her in comfort. Before climbing into bed, she opened the window just a crack. Cool air drifted in, carrying the smell of distant rain and the faint hum of the city winding down. The curtains swayed gently, not with the wind, but with that familiar, subtle magic her home always seemed to hold. Elena slipped beneath the duvet. The mattress softened beneath her, adjusting to her shape. The blanket settled around her like a warm tide. She reached for her tea, taking one last slow sip. Setting the mug down, she lay back fully, letting her body sink into the bed. Her breaths deepened, her mind quieted. The apartment dimmed the lights another shade, leaving only a soft glow, enough to feel safe, not enough to disturb the calm. Outside, the city lights shimmered like a quiet celebration of her day. Inside, her home held her in its gentle, familiar embrace. Elena closed her eyes, not out of exhaustion, rested there, wrapped in the softness and quiet. She felt completely